Today we're going to take a look at Google Forms, how to create one, title it, add questions, basically get your Google form up and running and ready to go. So I always start in my Drive. From here I would hit New. If I go down to More, Google Forms is normally the top one. If I click on that, it'll open up your Google form for you. So the first thing I always do is I title my form. Test form number 1, and it'll always change it. If I put it up here, it'll change it here as well. So I'm taking a look at my form now. Obviously I've titled it, so I want to add questions. So there's always an untitled question that comes in here to start things off. So you can, what is your favorite color? Learn how to and then I can pick here. It'll try to guess what kind of answer you want by the type of question it is. So my options are a short answer for them to type it in, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, upload, linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox grid, and some other things there. So you can go through those, and it's going to try to anticipate what your answer is. So what is your favorite color? It switched it from multiple choice to short answer, and that's what I would want. Unless I was doing one with younger grade kids, I might have some options there for them where I listed out some multiple choice and then one with other or something. I can make this question required so that they have to answer it before going on, or I can leave it as something that's not there. If I click on required, it'll make sure they answer that. If I want to duplicate this question, so I want to have another question similar to this, I would click here. It would duplicate that question for me. I duplicate a lot of times if I have things that are multiple choice that may have similar answers, so I don't have to do as much typing. So if I duplicate this one, maybe I'm just going to put in, what is your, I can learn how to spell today, what is your favorite animal? And then choose from the list below. And this time now, instead of doing a short answer, I'm going to switch mine to multiple choice and then type in my answers here. I may say dog, cat, giraffe, elephant. And then I may give them the option here of add other, and they could type in their own on that one. That's how you add questions. Again, since I duplicated it, it will make it required. If I just want to add a question by itself, I'll click here and it would add a question. And you see it put that question down below there, and that starts off as a blank question. I'm going to delete that one. Some other options on that. So now I've titled it, I've added some questions. If I click here to customize theme, it'll allow me to choose a header, which is going to go up here. It has a lot of pre-made ones for you. You can also put pictures up there as a banner picture. Some of our pictures that we put in there get smushed in or stretched out too much. I always like to just keep it simple and pick something that's already here for me. Pick this one right here. Select. It'll change that, and it'll kind of change my color scheme as well. I can change my themes here, or the colors. Maybe I change the background to a darker color, and then I've changed my theme, and I can change my font. Very basic. There's only like 4 fonts you can ever choose from, and you can see how that changes it as well. So now, click here. This form is completed. It's ready to get sent out. Before we send it out, I always check the settings. So I click here. The settings will come up. Do I want it to collect email addresses? Do I want it to restrict users so just people in Rock and Unified could go to it? Do I want to limit how many times they can respond to it, or do I care if they respond 4 or 5 times? A lot of times if I don't put one that says what is your name, I'll collect email addresses so that I get that. I like to always have my first question be what is your name normally, so that it pops their name in there. And then it gives you them different options for your settings. This is nothing I'm having the computer grade for me, so it's nothing to do with quizzes, not worried about presentation. This is kind of the big one. If I was sending this out to people outside of the district, I wouldn't want to restrict users to Rockland Unified. So I hit save. Now when I hit send, it's going to give me options here. So click send. It's going to say I can email it, type in email addresses. Link, I usually take this link here. I'll usually shorten this link and I'll send it in an email, or I'll put it in my Google Classroom, things like that. And then there's the embed button as well, where I can embed that in. I could also share it on social media if I want to. But I like to go here, shorten my URL. You don't have to shorten it, but I always like to shorten them. Copy it. And then if I wanted to put it in my Google Classroom, I can go into my Google Classroom just so you can see how you can get it out to the students easily. Click on test here. And I want to put something here. Please fill out this form tonight. And then here where the link button is, I'd click the link. I would paste in my link, add link, and now you'll see that that link has been put on there. And I'll hit post. And it'll post that right there for the students to see. Google Forms, it'll always say, for me, say sign in, because they need to make sure they're signed into their Rockland USD account in order to take them. So that's how you make a form, how you title it, how you add questions, how you change the theme, and also how you send it out to your students or whoever's taking the form.